Every parent wants a peaceful relationship with their child, yet many homes become stuck in daily battles, resistance, and misunderstanding. Trust and cooperation are not created through control, fear, or endless correction. In this video, Emma shares simple habits that help children feel safe, respected, and willing to work with you naturally. Building trust and cooperation with your child is one of the most valuable goals in parenting, because it affects everything else. When trust is strong, children listen more openly, share their feelings more honestly, and recover from conflict more quickly. When cooperation grows, daily life becomes calmer, smoother, and less exhausting for everyone. Many parents think cooperation comes from strict discipline or constant reminders, but true cooperation comes from connection. Children are far more likely to work with adults they feel emotionally safe with. Trust is the invisible bridge that allows guidance to cross from parent to child. Today's children are growing up in a world filled with stimulation, pressure, comparison, and emotional overload. Many are asked to behave well while carrying stress they do not know how to explain. This means parents must lead not only with rules, but with relationship. A child who feels understood becomes more open to direction. A child who feels judged often becomes defensive. This is why trust matters so deeply. It creates emotional security, and emotional security creates willingness. Cooperation is rarely the first problem. Disconnection is. The first habit begins with how you respond when your child comes to you. Whether they are excited, upset, proud, or confused, your response teaches them what relationships feel like. If a child comes to share something small and is ignored, rushed, or criticized, they slowly learn to keep things inside. If they are met with eye contact, warmth, and presence, they learn that home is a safe place. This does not require long speeches. It may be as simple as pausing your phone, kneeling to their level, and saying, "Tell me." Those small moments build trust brick by brick. Children remember how they feel in your presence more than the exact words you say. A parent who consistently gives attention when a child reaches out teaches emotional worth. This does not mean constant availability. It means being emotionally available in the moments that matter. Over time, children who feel heard begin to speak more honestly. They tell you about mistakes sooner. They share worries more openly. They ask for help before problems grow. Trust often begins in ordinary moments others overlook. Once connection is established, the next habit is speaking with respect, even during correction. Many parents believe respect must flow upward from child to adult, but children learn respect by receiving it first. Tone matters deeply. A child who hears shouting, sarcasm, or humiliation may obey temporarily, but resentment grows underneath. A child who hears firmness with dignity learns that limits and love can exist together. Saying, "I won't let you hit. We need calm hands," teaches more than yelling, "What is wrong with you?" Respectful correction protects the child's dignity while guiding behavior. It separates the action from the identity. Instead of making the child feel bad, it helps them do better. This distinction matters. Shame often creates hiding and defensiveness. Guidance creates growth. When children know mistakes do not destroy connection, they become more cooperative because they are not protecting themselves from emotional harm. The next habit is keeping promises, even small ones. Trust grows when words and actions match. If you say you will play after dinner, try to follow through. If plans must change, explain honestly. Children notice inconsistency more than adults realize. Broken promises, even unintentional ones, can create disappointment that accumulates over time. A child may not say it directly, but they begin to doubt what your words mean. Keeping promises teaches reliability. It tells the child the world can be stable. If life requires changes, transparency matters. Saying, "I know I promised to go today, but something urgent came up. I understand you're disappointed. Let's choose a new time now," preserves trust better than pretending it does not matter. Children do not need perfect parents. They need honest ones. Another powerful habit is giving choices within boundaries. Many struggles happen because children crave autonomy while parents focus only on compliance. Cooperation increases when children feel some healthy control. Instead of demanding, "Put on your shoes now," try, "Would you like the blue shoes or the black ones?" Instead of, "Clean your room immediately," try, Would you like to start with books or clothes first? These choices are small, but psychologically powerful. They reduce power struggles because the child is participating instead of being overpowered. Human beings, including children, resist feeling controlled. When given safe choices, they often become more willing. Boundaries remain clear, but dignity is preserved. Cooperation thrives when children feel included rather than dominated. The next habit is noticing effort before problems. Many children receive attention mainly when they misbehave. This unintentionally trains negative behavior to become the fastest route to connection. If the only time a parent becomes fully engaged is during conflict, the child learns disruption brings relationship. Instead, notice positive moments often. You started homework without being asked. I saw you share with your sister. You were frustrated, but you stayed calm. Specific encouragement builds internal motivation. It teaches children what behaviors strengthen relationships. General praise like good job can help, but detailed acknowledgement is stronger because it reflects real observation. Children who feel seen for effort become more cooperative because positive identity begins to form. They start to think, I am helpful. I am capable. I can handle hard things. Another essential habit is staying calm during your child's storms. Children borrow regulation from adults. When they are overwhelmed, they often cannot access logic or self-control immediately. If a parent meets chaos with bigger chaos, the storm grows. If a parent brings steadiness, the child gradually settles. Calmness is not weakness. It is leadership. This may look like lowering your voice, slowing your breathing, and saying less. During a meltdown, long lectures rarely work. Presence works better. I'm here. We'll talk when you're calm. This teaches that emotions can be intense without becoming dangerous. Over time, children internalize this model. They learn that hard feelings can be managed instead of feared. Trust deepens because the parent becomes a source of safety, not escalation. The next habit is repairing after conflict. Every family experiences tension. Trust is not built by avoiding mistakes, but by healing them well. If you yell, apologize. If you misunderstood, acknowledge it. If you were harsh, reconnect. Many adults fear apology weakens authority, but the opposite is often true. It shows integrity. It teaches accountability. It models humility. A parent saying, I was too harsh earlier. I'm sorry. You didn't deserve that tone, can heal deeply. The child learns relationships can bend without breaking. They learn mistakes can be owned instead of denied. This becomes one of the most valuable life lessons they will carry into friendships, marriage, and work. Repair teaches resilience. Another major habit is listening beneath behavior. Children often communicate unmet needs through actions they cannot express with words. Defiance may hide overwhelm. Anger may hide hurt. Clinginess may hide anxiety. Withdrawal may hide shame. Behavior matters, but understanding the message beneath it changes everything. When a child refuses homework every evening, the issue may not be laziness. It may be fear of failure. When a child becomes rude after school, the issue may be exhaustion from holding it together all day. Curious parents ask, what might this behavior be telling me? This mindset softens reactions and leads to wiser responses. Children cooperate more when they feel understood rather than mislabeled. The next habit is creating routines children can trust. Predictability reduces anxiety and resistance. When children know what to expect, they feel safer and argue less. Morning steps, bedtime rituals, homework times, and screen limits all become easier when consistent. Constant unpredictability forces children to test boundaries repeatedly because nothing feels clear. Routines do not need to be rigid. They need to be reliable. A bedtime rhythm of bath, story, lights out sends signals of safety to the nervous system. A consistent after-school routine of snack, talk, rest, then homework reduces friction. Structure often feels like love to children because it communicates steadiness. Another powerful habit is inviting cooperation through teamwork language. Words shape emotional climate. Compare, because I said so, with let's solve this together. Compare, you never help, with we need your help as part of this family. Team language increases belonging. Children who feel they belong often contribute more willingly. Simple phrases matter. How can we make mornings easier? What would help you remember your bag? Let's clean for 10 minutes together. Cooperation grows when problems become shared challenges rather than battles between parent and child. This also teaches collaboration skills children will need for life. The next habit is making time for one-on-one connection. Many behavior issues soften when emotional needs are filled consistently. 10 minutes of undivided attention can be more powerful than an hour of distracted presence. Let the child choose the activity. Play, talk, draw, walk, build, laugh. During this time, avoid teaching and correcting unless necessary. This kind of attention fills the child's connection cup. Children who feel close often need less negative behavior to seek attention. They become softer, more open, and more cooperative because relationship hunger decreases. Connection is preventative care for behavior. Another key habit is allowing age-appropriate responsibility. Trust grows when children are trusted. Giving meaningful tasks communicates belief in their ability. Setting the table, packing their bag, feeding a pet, organizing toys, or helping cook tells the child they matter. Responsibility builds competence, and competence often reduces resistance. When children are overmanaged, they may become passive or oppositional. When trusted with real contribution, they gain pride. Cooperation rises because they see themselves as capable participants in family life, not powerless spectators under constant command. The next habit is protecting your word with consistent boundaries. Trust is not only softness. It also requires dependable limits. If a boundary changes based on mood, children become confused. If limits are clear and calm, children feel safer. Screen time ends at 7. We speak respectfully. Seatbelts stay on. Predictable boundaries reduce negotiation fatigue. Consistency does not mean harshness. It means steadiness. Children test limits partly to discover whether the adult can hold them securely. A calm, consistent parent communicates strength. This strength creates trust because the child senses reliable leadership. Another deeply important habit is seeing your child as a developing person, not a problem to fix. Labels such as lazy, dramatic, difficult, spoiled, or stubborn can shape how adults interact and how children see themselves. Replace labels with growth language. Instead of stubborn, think determined. Instead of dramatic, think emotionally intense. Instead of lazy, think discouraged or underskilled. When parents shift perception, energy changes. You begin responding to potential rather than frustration. Children often rise toward the identity reflected back to them. Trust grows when they feel known beyond their hardest moments. The next habit is sharing joy together. Families sometimes become so focused on correction and productivity that laughter disappears. Joy builds trust quickly. Jokes, games, dancing in the kitchen, bedtime silliness, inside stories, and shared adventures create emotional glue. Children cooperate more readily with adults they genuinely enjoy being around. Joy is not extra. It is relational nutrition. It reminds children that family is not only about rules and tasks, but warmth and belonging. In stressful seasons, even small playful moments can restore connection. As these habits repeat, something subtle begins to change. The child argues less because they feel less threatened. They listen more because they feel respected. They confess mistakes sooner because honesty feels safer. They help more because belonging feels real. They calm faster because regulation has been modeled. They trust more because trust has been practiced. Parents often search for one perfect technique, but trust and cooperation are usually built through many ordinary moments. A calm response here. A kept promise there. A respectful boundary. A sincere apology. A playful 10 minutes. A choice offered. An effort noticed. These moments seem small, yet together they shape the emotional culture of a home. If trust has been damaged, do not lose hope. Relationships can heal through repetition. Start where you are. Become a little more present, a little more steady, a little more respectful, a little more consistent. Children notice change even when they do not mention it immediately. Safety felt repeatedly becomes trust restored gradually. You do not need to be a perfect parent to raise a cooperative child. You need to be a repairing, learning, connected parent. The goal is not control. The goal is relationship strong enough to guide behavior with love and wisdom. If you want to build trust and cooperation with your child, begin with one habit today. Choose connection before correction when possible. Speak with respect. Hold boundaries calmly. Repair when needed. Stay consistent. Over time, small daily choices create powerful transformation. If this message helped you see parenting differently, support the channel by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with another parent who wants a calmer, stronger relationship with their child.